Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy a show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that bell.
You're going to want to definitely hit that bell.
It's a notification bell that I still don't know where it's located.
Hit that frickin' bell.
You guys know it.
We're also on Instagram at TWiN. You can also find us on Twitter, X. You are in store for a very special Twin Talk. This is probably the best show. I don't know if it's the best show, but for me, in my mind, this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life.
It's the best show.
I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life, but this is probably the best thing I've ever done. And you've probably heard me talk about him on the show once or twice. Dave Foley. From the Kids in the Hall. Yeah. And he's so nice and was so wonderful and gracious to be on. He still is just the dreamiest guy.
Look at those eyes.
It's
like Sinatra.
I literally could not function. And when I say I could not function, guys, I honestly could not function. When we started the interview, I forgot to hit the record button. So like 20 minutes goes by. And I realize it. And then I think to myself, I take a moment and I go, Nancy, you're either going to have to admit that you didn't record it to Stephanie and
Or
Dave.
just start recording it.
Or
why didn't you just do that?
No. Or you're not going to say anything because you don't want him to think you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So I kind of pondered it a little bit, but then I knew, well, we kind of have to pick it up somewhere. So if it looks a little out of it, but we got it. And
he was
just
so gracious
wonderful
to put up with us.
Yeah, guys, this is really exciting. He's got a new podcast on YouTube called Really with Tom and Dave. It's really exciting. His friend Tom Wheeler, who is a writer and showrunner, he's a show business guy. They talk about aliens, but not in a annoying way, oh, we know about aliens and you don't, and we're just going to talk about all the people we know in the community and not make any sense. No, it's nothing like that. It is what was that thing, those books that were really popular?
For dummies.
Yeah, Aliens for Dummies. That's
UFO
what it is.
For dummies.
Yeah, they talk about stuff and they have the greatest guests. You want to go on YouTube and that is the handle, at Really with Tom and Dave. They're also on Instagram, which is great. I love following them on Instagram because you can watch behind the scene clips.
I love it.
Like this.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So we're in Las Vegas. Nevada.
I can confirm that.
Yeah. Here for a specific mission, which is to talk. We're going to be meeting up with the great George Knapp.
The GOAT, I think.
Yes.
The GOAT of UFO investigation.
And report, the man who made Area 51 a household name, as opposed to a national secret, and launched the Bob Lazar story.
Yeah. We want to find out who, A, do people know what the fuck is going on around here? And B, do they care? I guess that's another important piece of it.
Yeah, we're just gonna explore some of the historic sites, UFO sites.
I'm dragging Dave to Area 51. He doesn't want to go.
I've been there.
Yeah, because he's been there. With fancy people, we're gonna go, late at night and burn a lot of gas, I guess. Out there.
Yeah. So it'll be
excited.
It should be interesting, right?
That's what I love about this YouTube channel now. It's if it wasn't for Dave Foley, who I can't believe I'm saying this, if it wasn't for Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall, I would have never gone down the UFO rabbit hole.
No.
So he's just bringing all this new generation into it, and we're learning new things. And he's so incredibly smart. He is so smart.
He's really smart.
Book smart. You know?
Yeah. We were just amazed. We can't say enough.
Nancy couldn't get words out.
I couldn't get words out. All you saw was this toothy grin the entire time.
Everyone knows now
the
we don't.
Toothiest grin.
We have no Botox or any of that
I know.
crap.
Can you
Not
tell
even
now?
any makeup.
All my laugh lines.
All my laugh lines are like this. My eyes are all.
Well, I didn't want to put on makeup or do a big show or dress. Because I'm I want him to know what I look like in the morning.
Jeez.
I don't want him to be shocked in the morning when he sees me. So I was doing everything I could. I don't care. I'm shameless. You know what? Life's short, and that's what we kind of learned in this interview. Is life is short.
Mhm.
We're not that important in this world. You have to make the most of your life, and that's what I feel is so important at this point in my life. And if I want to tell the guy that I like him, I'm going to tell a guy that I like him. I'm not going to be ashamed of doing
Who would
it.
have ever thought the pictures on your binder of Dave Foley that you would ever be now in this position where you're talking to him about UFOs?
Oh, God. I mean, I never thought I'd talk to him about UFOs, but
ring sizes.
yeah.
Ring sizes, baby.
So enjoy our interview. We hope you guys have a good time like we did.
Sorry about the grin.
Enjoy. Okay, I really apologize for not pressing record, but I'm just going to go really fast on what we were talking about. Okay, we've got Dave Foley. He has a new show called Really with Tom and Dave. Tom Wheeler is his co-host. He is a writer, showrunner, awesome dude. And this is for anybody who's interested in UFOs but doesn't quite know a lot about it, who's green to the game, as you like to always say. And I love this show. I love watching it. I always learn something. I walk away going, what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the hearings that happened in the States to me was like, are they trying to distract us? Do you think, Dave, sometimes the government tries to distract us with stuff like that or no?
No, because here's the fact is 98% of the population is paying absolutely no attention to it. So if UFOs are a distraction, it's failing miserably.
Okay.
I mean, what's really the bizarre thing is that no one is paying attention to it.
Yeah.
That we're living at a point in human history where it is not conjecture. It isn't. It's been verified. It is a fact. It has been acknowledged by our elected representatives and the military that UFOs are real.
Mhm.
They're flying in our skies. They're flying over military airspace, and the military can't do anything about it.
Mhm.
And they have, they've been chased by fighter pilots, and who said that the technology is so far in advance of us that if it is hostile, that we are completely incapable of defending against it. So that's what's been said by like David Fravor, who was the Top Gun pilot on at the Nimitz on the carrier group, and he was the commander of all of the fighter pilots in that group. By the way, he was the top officer amongst the fighter pilots, and he's also
he knew his shit.
Yes, yeah. He knew, like, he knows every nut and bolt in the FA-18 that he flies. He knows every other plane that flies in the sky. He knows his onboard systems. He's one of the best pilots in the world, and he's basically as close as you can get to Tom Cruise as Maverick in the real world.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. And
I loved your this is a 3-part series.
So
podcast?
you just finished a 3-part series with George Knapp, and the first part premiered today, and I watched it early in the morning. And
he tells some good stories.
Yeah.
Oh
Dave.
yeah. George.
I mean, I could listen to him for hours.
Yeah, George is he's like the archetypal crusty old cantankerous, tough guy journalist,
But he seems really nice.
Oh,
he's like a really sweet guy.
He's very sweet. He's
when
very
I watched
kind.
it, I thought I was gonna meet like an old coot, like he wasn't gonna
staunchy.
I don't know, just you get such a preconceived notion of people, but he's an Emmy and Peabody Award winning journalist.
Yeah.
Hello.
18 or 28. I forget how many Emmys he's got. He's got a shelf full of Emmys and a Peabody and an Edward R. Murrow Award.
Yeah.
And he was a skeptic.
Yeah. Well, and he was an investigative journalist. He broke stories about the mob.
That's pretty. I love when he was talking about that. Yeah. We're gonna have obviously all your episodes in the description below, and we're going to tell everybody, we're going to really push for everyone to watch
Oh, good.
this podcast. It's freaking awesome. So
if you go to YouTube, friends, you want to go to @really with Tom and Dave. I want to stress that enough because a lot of people were trying to go to Twitter and find it, and it's at YouTube.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube and hit that subscription button. It's really important.
And hit the like button too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because this is a subject that absolutely everyone should take an interest in, and because there's going to be things coming to light over probably within the next year that are going to really shock people.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And you know this? You know?
Yeah.
I doubt you'll share it with us right now.
No, it's not stuff that I really know, but I know, but the people that I know have information are saying, that things are going to become public. There's definitely, you have like David Grush's testimony that the U.S. has programs for retrieving and reverse engineering UFOs. We've known since 2017 that the government was running top secret UFO investigation programs.
Yeah.
And that what those programs learned is that UFOs are real. They consist of physical craft machines that are flying, but they also involve a lot of very paranormal and weird events. There's a huge overlap between sort of weird sort of psychic events and effects on people's consciousness.
So I think from what I've seen, you do tie in paranormal activity, sleep paralysis, things like that to alien encounters.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I think sleep paralysis has been used as a convenient dismissal tactic from a lot of people who, and specifically in terms of the abduction phenomenon.
Yeah.
And so there's a greatly exaggerated sort of the presentation of how often sleep paralysis happens, where someone wakes up with sleep paralysis.
That's why I'm pressing you on it, is
common.
because that's why I'm pressing you on it, because it's happened to me. I have a vivid sleep paralysis story. So when I saw you guys talking about it on your show and having guests on your show, I'm thinking,
that was really cool.
Have I had an alien encounter? Like what?
You may have. You may have.
Like I can vividly.
It's very, because sleep paralysis itself is very uncommon. I mean, we all experience it every single night, but people waking up in paralysis isn't that common. And and also so they sort of go, well, that's what all abduction phenomena is, just people imagining it while experiencing sleep paralysis. But the majority of abduction cases don't happen when people are in bed. They happen all over the place. They happen, out in the woods. They happen while driving on the highway. They happen from at people at work. They happen in multitudes of ways and places. And some do occur when people are in bed at night, but it's by no means all abduction phenomena.
It happened to me during the day on my couch.
Wow.
And I thought I was napping.
Yeah.
And I remember it vividly. The sun was out. Yeah, see, I thought I had sleep paralysis this whole time. I guess an alien
it may have been
visiting me.
It may have been sleep paralysis.
Now, Dave, very quickly, I remember this when you drew the UFO that you saw and you put it on Twitter. That was so cool. Where were you when you saw that? Was it LA?
It was a couple of hours outside of Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
I was out visiting my friend Jeremy Corbell.
Oh, is that Jeremy guy?
Yeah, he was at the hearings. Yeah. Jeremy's a very good friend of mine.
And so you saw it. Did you get scared?
No. In fact, we had no response at all. We had both watched this thing, and I always explained it that the thing we were looking at was in control of our responses. Neither one of us got excited. We didn't talk. We didn't, we didn't take pictures of it. Except at one point, Jeremy actually said, "I'm not even going to take a picture," out loud. And I went, and in my head, I said, "That's weird," but I didn't comment on it. And we watched this thing for several minutes without either of us responding to it in any way at all until
Mhm.
it left, until it went off behind the mountains. And then Jeremy goes, "Dude, that was a UFO." And I'm
Yeah.
going, "Yeah, I think that was."
Yeah,
And
I remember reading about it, and you said it was going at such a it was kind of teetering or something, or it had lights in the front, and
well, it
then
had the whole body of it was a orangey gold
the size of a Greyhound
glow.
bus.
And yeah, at
Yeah,
least, yeah. And it
that's what
was
you said. Yeah.
yeah, and it was glowing, and that light was pulsing, and on the front of it were 3 white lights that were also pulsing.
It's cool.
I know what you're getting at
What?
because we have that house in because she thinks she saw one too.
Yeah.
No, but my parents have a vacation house in Henderson, Nevada,
Yeah.
and I was out by the pool. I saw something, same type of shape, size of a Greyhound bus. So I don't know.
Of the same shape as what we saw?
Yeah, kind of the same. Yeah, when
And
I
she
read the
said it
article,
stopped.
it like stopped and
Yeah.
it was sort of doing this thing.
And it was the night of that it was the night of that lunar eclipse or solar.
Yeah.
It was
Mhm.
last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, she
Well,
was
I know
we
I
got
showed
something.
that picture to Lou Elizondo, who ran ATIP, which was one of the Pentagon top secret UFO investigations. And I showed that to him, and he said that it was similar to something that he had been investigating when he was at ATIP.
That is so
That he saw a
cool.
craft like that.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
weird.
Dave, you know some really important people.
Yeah.
I've been I've been lucky to get introduced to some really interesting people, and
Yeah. If you want to watch his show, which you all should, it's at Really with Tom and Dave. Go give it a subscription and hit
Please
the
do.
notification bell, because that way you'll know every time there's a new show. This 3-part series on George Knapp is pretty much amazing. The first episode. Can I play a little clip?
sure, yeah.
Okay, here's a
I haven't
little
watched
clip.
it yet. So, yeah.
Well, you haven't. This is you talking about FOIA, which I think is so great now that we have FOIA and we can get information and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So here is a clip from the first part of the special.
And then go watch it.
That
guys.
interview has almost become the Old Testament of the UFO community.
Yeah, well,
right now.
you know, Lear, you have to take Lear with a grain
Yeah.
of salt, as I learned painfully over the years. But so much of what he said then resonates now. The same kind of themes are running through current coverage of the UFO issue.
Yeah, and I guess it's interesting that with FOIA, it's almost like FOIA brought all that stuff out into the open, but it also really heightened the secrecy.
Yeah, because they got good at it. You
Yeah.
know, they were writing these memos and reports to each other, different parts of the government, the military, being very candid what they were thinking about the UFO issue at the time. Hey, these things are from somewhere else. They're not ours. We don't think they're Russians. They're more advanced than anything we've got. They would say those kinds of things, but they don't say that anymore. They don't put that in documents anymore.
Yeah, so the paper trail dried
Yeah.
up once FOIA happened.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Everybody
stuff.
go subscribe now
Yeah.
to Really with Tom and Dave.
If you don't do it, we're gonna stop doing episodes.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about Meghan Markle or Kim Kardashian for a week if you guys don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you don't do it,
I don't know if I want to be part of this sort of terrorism.
No, we're trying to broaden.
Dave, it's pop culture. Come
pop
on,
culture.
get with the program, man. Also, you're gonna also want to follow this channel because Dave is a hero of ours, future husband.
Dave,
To both of you?
That's what it's used to say on my binder in 8th grade.
We,
my
I,
future
the
husband.
first
Oh.
time
I used to practice writing Nancy Foley on
Yeah.
everything.
We were 10 or 11 when we saw our first Kids in the Hall. And I think a lot of people, like our generation, loves you guys. So
Wow.
it was so fun that you
Is it weird for you to have like kind of maintained like out of all of them like this as far as the sexiness and the
sex
no, I mean
symbol.
I'm being completely honest. I mean like is it weird for you for people to come up and go, why are you still so sexy? And
yeah.
then
I'm
just kind of
enjoying
like,
hearing it right now. That's
okay, all right. I mean, look at that. You look exactly the, oh God, look at that. And you're wearing a watch. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna have
used
to take
people
that.
used to
I'm
wear
sorry,
those.
Dave. I gotta
Yeah.
take that down. I can't even handle it.
No, it's
Wow.
just, again, we were probably 10 or 11. We were little kids, but
We were not little kids. We were I know I went through puberty the following year.
Yeah.
So I don't like to be
Yeah, let's
recalled.
not get
Yeah.
crazy.
So, but we remember you did alien stuff on that show.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
did you do that because you were into aliens back then?
It was something I was interested in, and also just something that there were so many really bad shows made about UFOs and aliens at the time. So I know, like, our extraterrestrials doll was sort of based on all those bad documentaries.
Yeah. If
And
nobody
this
knows
sketch you've got up there now was actually based on me going, why are we still making Kids in the Hall at the time?
really?
I was getting frustrated, like, I got to keep coming up with Kids in the Hall sketches. This is, so at the anal probing, and that was kind of
you stuck it to them,
metaphor.
Dave. You really showed them.
It was a metaphor for how I felt like, oh my God, we got to keep trying to be cutting edge. And
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. Wow.
Yeah.
I
I think
think little
out of all the aliens,
juicy gossip
yeah,
there.
of all the
Yeah.
alien stuff, this was my favorite.
That
I
was my
think.
favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I love this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part of the scene, especially with Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, if you guys don't know, Dave was playing. I would play the clips, but they're copywritten.
Thank God.
We'd
Thank God.
we'd get taken off the air.
Oh, all right.
Dave was a person on Earth, but then he kept blowing. No, not on Earth necessarily. He kept blowing up planets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he
I
was
kept
paranoid.
panicking. Yeah, I panicked that I was being discovered.
So that's my favorite out of
And
all
they
your
just- yes.
alien stuff.
We have a lot of Kids in the Hall fans that are our subscribers. So
Oh, good.
hopefully they'll see this UFO stuff.
Well, they're going to see
Get
it.
excited about that.
They're going to see it because they're not going to get a show on Sunday.
Not
a
gonna
live
get
show.
us. Well, that's I'm hoping to use.
Threatening.
I'm hoping to use whatever appeal I have from being in the kids and news radio and
Now,
and whatever
you were on news
reputation I
radio?
have for
What's
being sane. Yep.
Just
So
kidding.
besides the podcast, is there anything else you're up to?
Yeah, but I'm not supposed to promote anything right now
Oh, I forgot. You
because
know
of
what?
the SAG strike.
Yeah,
we're
good
still
job,
on
Nancy.
SAG-AFTRA.
You're so sweet to even be doing the podcast. Never
Good
mind,
job, Nancy.
He's not
Yeah.
doing anything
I can-
else.
Yeah, I can talk about the
Get
podcast.
out.
I can talk about that, and and I can
know.
talking about the old Kids in the Hall stuff is, I think, all right.
Yeah, I
But,
saw you on some of the picket lines in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
awesome.
get out more. I gotta get out again.
You got to get out more. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you see all these things, Stephanie?
I don't know. It's called Instagram.
I know. You also, guys, go on Instagram and follow Really with Tom and Dave too, because you get to see these really cool behind the scene clips
Mhm.
of Dave's witty, dry sense of humor like this.
Oh, hi. Yeah. Well, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, and obviously, if you look over here, you can see that Tom and I are getting wired because we're about to we're turning state's evidence against the mob today. So just gonna get this all set up.
We're in the way.
So you guys are going to definitely want to go give it a follow because it's awesome.
Yeah.
Really with Tom and Dave on YouTube. This is the hottest show. If you want to learn about UFOs, if you want to learn about paranormal stuff,
I love that stuff.
which I love. We just had our Halloween show and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Or if you just want to laugh and have a big smile. I don't think the smile has left my face this whole time.
Well, you forgot to even press the record button.
I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
You probably get this though, I would imagine, all the time
Yeah.
from women. You must get like
I mean, this must be like
it
all
must
the
be
time.
so annoying right now.
I know
too.
we're probably annoying.
No,
So-
not at all. Don't censor yourselves.
Okay.
Don't, please
okay.
Please.
Well,
fawn on.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
I just wanted again. So, Kids in the Hall, newsreel. We can't really talk about this. I Wikipedia'd you last night.
Uh-huh.
Well, I just wanted to know a little bit more about you, and I didn't know this. He was also voted People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive in 1996, 2001, and
No.
2002.
No, that did not happen. That's
Yeah, it did.
no, that's a lie.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's a lie.
I feel
I'm
like
pretty
it
sure
did.
that happened.
We had something up on our
Yeah.
locker in high school. We had something up.
I could have
Yeah.
sworn in 1996 I had a picture of People Magazine, and there was Was
That
it
was in your dream.
Was it Brad Pitt or Dave Foley?
That was probably one of those
Probably Brad Pitt. Probably
dream
some,
paralysis. Dream paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
Sleep
Yeah.
paralysis.
Yeah, I think you don't get on that list without abs. Because of Brad Pitt. He ruined it. He ruined it for everyone. No one
Just
had
one
abs till
last
Brad Pitt came
question.
along.
Dave, do you
Sure.
think we're living in a simulation?
It's really, really highly possible. And if I mean, I guess the logic is that if any civilization creates a simulation, then and if one has been, if say our descendants have created one, not only is it quite likely, but the likelihood that we're living in the original reality is vanishingly small. So if you accept the idea that at some point in our histories we'll be able to create a simulation that's pretty much indistinguishable from reality, then probably we did, and most likely we are living in it. And also the other thing that I keep bringing up about the simulation that people don't seem to think about is that my guess is that if we are in a simulation, it's probably not about us. Because the simulation contains a whole universe. So it's probably unlikely that the simulation cares about us as if the universe is real. Obviously, the universe was not created for us. We're just a tiny, insignificant speck in the universe. So we're also a tiny, insignificant speck in the simulation. So the simulation may have been created by somebody to solve a problem about something that they might not even be aware that we're in the simulation.
Wow.
I agree with you on that as far as like humanity goes. I'm an atheist. I don't, believe in a higher God or anything. But
Me too.
You are?
Oh yeah.
I'm single too. So, but I've always felt that way.
We both are.
I've always felt that way as far as like, what's that thing? Like you can, not a vision board, but you can make things happen if you imagine it. Because you're manifesting your own life, your own destiny, because it really is so small and everything is from your view, your point of view. Because but we really are just kind of little tiny specks of.
That's what Dave just
That's
said.
what I'm saying, because we grew out of nothing. And that's how humans evolved. God didn't come down and go, I'm going to make Nancy and Stephanie and put them in Shirley Sidley's womb. That didn't happen, So, I feel the same way. So I think that's why I'm interested in the aliens and the paranormal. But
yeah, it's, it's just, it's kind of one of the things about looking at UFOs is that it opens you up to thinking about a lot of things in a broader way. And like most people I know that take the subject seriously wind up also becoming obsessed with consciousness and what consciousness is, how consciousness interacts. Is consciousness confined to the brain, or can it function outside of the brain? Does it have impact in the world? And and the evidence is mounting that it does. That our consciousness does have effects outside of ourselves, and that there is an interaction of consciousness. So it, even as an atheist, makes me start to go, well, I've always believed, you die and that's the end of story.
Yeah.
For you, the universe ends when you die, is what I've always believed. And one of the things I'm through studying, UFO phenomena and related phenomena, you start to go, well, that might not necessarily be the case. There may be some persistence. I mean, to me, it still doesn't mean there's a soul. It doesn't mean it's a soul, but it means that there may be some aspect of life that isn't about being inside your body. And I think it's whatever it is, it's just a part of the natural world. But I'm no longer convinced that everything necessarily ends.
You should write a book.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
You should. I would buy it.
That's really beautiful. I think that's such a nice way to kind of wrap that up.
Jeez. He's so smart.
He really is.
I mean, it's not only the sexiness, he's really smart. There's only because if you do just the sexiness, You know what I mean?
Like, let's say I become blind tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
I could
could
listen to
still
them all
listen to-
day.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're back for a
Yeah,
sec.
we're back.
Yeah. And I would still feel
This is
sexy
what-
even if you were blind. I would, yeah.
Exactly.
Don't
You
forget
feel
about that.
you feel his face.
You don't lose your
We
sense of
just
touch.
want to end on we do an animal charity every single show. We actually started we've only been doing this for about 9 months, and we started it just doing animal charities.
we said let's do a show about pop culture and then just give the money to animal charities
That's
after
what
the
we do.
show, but then it grew.
So Dave Foley picked one. It is what is this?
This is the
the
Orangutan
Orangutan.
Foundation International.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Wow, orangutan.
do you want to talk about
So-
that, Dave? Do you know anything
Sure.
about it?
Well, it's run. Yeah, it's run by my friend Baruti Galdikas, who is a Canadian scientist, and she's also one of the three women who were referred to as Leakey's angels, because the great anthropologist Stephen Leakey encouraged the 3 women to go into the field and study different primates. And there was Jane Goodall, who
Of course,
he
yes.
assigned chimpanzees, Diane Fossey, who studied the gorillas, and Baruti Galdikas, who went off to Borneo and studied the orangutans. And she is still doing it. She splits her time between Vancouver and Borneo, where she started this organization. She has been running basically an orphanage for orphaned orangutans. They take in orphan orangutans and rehabilitate them and raise them and reintroduce them to the wild.
Oh,
That is such a great charity.
what a great charity. So, we always ask our friends on here to, if you can't give them any love, just please take their link and share them with your friends and family. Say, hey, I saw this on TWiN Talk. Go over there.
Go over there. Oh man, that's awesome.
Wow. This has been the best
Hopefully
show.
we'll make lots of money for
Yeah.
the orangutan. Is that orangutan?
Well, I hope
Is it
so.
orangutan?
Yeah, the orangutans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it right.
Again,
Yeah.
the show is really with Tom and Dave. Everybody go over there right now and follow, subscribe, do whatever you have to do. Dave, this has been such an honor.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's wonderful
Sorry-
to meet
sorry
my
we were
future wife
acting
and
like-
sister-in-law.
What?
It's lovely to meet my future wife and sister-in-law. So
I know.
Wait, but which one's the wife? Because
he knows. He knows. Oh, he knows. I told her, I said, hands off on this
Mhm.
one. Hands off.
Okay.
She knows. She knows. She knows.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
It's so
Just
cute.
watch the show. I'm sure Nancy will put receipts in there about.
It's so cute how he thinks I'm joking.
I know. All right. Well, Dave Foley, you have fun on the
Thank you
East
very
Coast.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we love you.
We love you.
Yeah, well, I love you
We
back.
always want-
Wow. So that was a great interview. We had so much fun. Again, you can probably see that smile on my face. I'm not going to be able to get rid of it for like a week. We will get
My face hurts.
my face hurts too.
It does.
Again, you want to definitely catch Really with Tom and Dave on YouTube. And what's great about it is that George Knapp episode came out today.
That was so. You guys watch this episode. George Knapp is a Emmy award-winning journalist from Las Vegas.
He talks about the mob
It's so
and
cool.
Bob Lazar.
Tells great stories.
It
He's
was-
a great storyteller. And he's so interesting. He's got all these like facts to back it up. And oh man,
I can't wait until the second part comes out. It's going to be so good. It's just really interesting, and it's so professional, for a podcast. I'm like, how do I get a producer like that? Like, I have to do everything myself. That's why I'm forgetting to hit the record button.
well, you were a little
I was-
taken back.
I was a little taken back. Yeah.
but
I
no,
was.
it's a great show. Please subscribe.
Yeah, and we're not getting anything out of this. I know it looks like we're just being. I'm just like, go subscribe to it. The only reason I'm saying that is because we have fun together. Our audience, our community that we've made here.
And you guys ask questions about this.
Yeah.
When all this stuff happened in
With
Congress,
the UFO.
I remember
hearings.
we were doing a live and they were like, "Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this?" And we're like, No,
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So head on over to Really with Tom and Dave, give them a sub, and go check them out also on Instagram and check out their behind the scenes stuff. And Dave was sweet enough to pick our animal charity. He picked the Orangutan Foundation International, which we showed you. So everyone just make sure you go over to orangutan.org, share the link with people and go, hey, Dave Foley likes this charity. Yeah. And I know if I heard that, I'd be all over that. Anyways, we want to thank Dave for being such a good sport.
So nice, so nice.
Yeah.
Like could not have been any nicer.
He's so sweet.
Completely. It's
Yeah.
like you kind of want someone like that to be a jerk, because then it's like, oh, there's something wrong with him, you know? But he's not.
He's not.
There's nothing wrong with him.
I know.
It's like, oh, give me something
Yeah.
to pick apart.
Yeah.
Now
so.
he's doing this alien stuff and UFO stuff, which is so fascinating. And he also just like talks about paranormal,
Which you like. I know
I
you like.
love the ghost
She
stories.
likes that.
So into it.
And again, if you just watched the interview, I think I might have had an alien encounter and I don't even know it.
It's weird.
Yeah. So it's weird.
All
It's
right,
weird.
guys. Well,
so check it out. Check out Really with Tom and Dave. And thanks for joining us. And we will see you very soon. Back to our pop culture gossip bonanza.
yeah, he didn't seem too excited about that.
No, he didn't seem excited. He didn't.
We're
seem,
trying to get our audience,
You know, he didn't
to
seem.
go to his audience.
You know what it was? I think it's when you said the Kardashians. I think
Yeah.
that was the nail in the coffin for him.
But we don't like the Kardashians.
Yeah. But
yeah,
I
Dave,
think
we don't like the Kardashians.
the minute you said the word Kardashians, he was
Yeah.
just like, "What did I get myself
probably
into?"
should not have said that.
Yeah, that was
'Cause
really
now,
stupid.
I don't like them.
Well,
I don't like them.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a jerk.
you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well, thanks, guys.
we'll see you very soon.
These are the
Daves I know. These are the Daves I know.